Oh, hey, didn't see you guys there. I was just looking through the hundreds of comments I get on my videos every week. After an episode of Nostalgia or Not, I tend to get a bit more than usual, because people may disagree with my review. But don't get me wrong, the comments are usually very well written and civil. Take a look at this one for example. Dom, Spyro the Dragon is a masterpiece. And if you don't think so, you are the stupidest man alive. Also, your eyebrows terrify me. Okay, that wasn't so nice, but check this one out. Dom, just watch your review of Banjo-Kazooie. The fact that you said people only like it because of their nostalgia goes to show how much of a brainless mongoloid you are. If I ever saw you on the street, I would take a big old and then I'll grab you, throw you down a bowling alley. Man, these people get pretty upset if I call one of their favorite games nostalgia. Maybe it's time I take a game from my childhood and put it under the microscope. But that would be pretty biased now, wouldn't it be? Well, maybe if I call in one of my buddies, the legendary Baritone Bard and the video game poet, LETEMCOMEINIT.
Alright then boy, I am LETEMCOMEINIT, and I would love to help you, my good man Dom. So, what game from your past shall we be reviewing today?
Let's play one of my favorites from the Super Nintendo, Super Smash TV. Hold on a second, I thought you only spoke in rhyme.
No, that's only my O2 series.
Oh, come on, man. Let's do a Super Smash TV review in rhyme.
Very well, my friend Dom, we shall do as you ask. A Smash TV review, I'm up for the task. The game sounds intriguing, I wonder how it will play. Is it really a classic, or has your nostalgia got in the way?
Okay, I got it. Super Smash TV, it's totally cool. You're gonna enjoy this review? And let them come in, it's all fun and games, collaborate.
You're a bit bollocks at this.
Oh, forget it. Let's just get to the review, I guess. Super Smash TV was released in 1990, but originally as an arcade game.
It wasn't super until it was ported to the SNES, as well as a variety of other consoles and home computers.
The game is set in the post-apocalyptic world of 1999. But it wouldn't be an apocalypse unless the game show was one of death and destruction. A sadistic game show host is the one calling the shots, and you must blast your way through dozens of rooms and kill thousands of enemies as you fight for not only your freedom, but also a brand new VCR!
I may have missed all the carnage back in '99, must have been a US thing. But I love the tongue-in-cheek game show mass murder concept. The game show host is particularly top-notch. And the whole story is reminiscent, if not a total rip-off, of the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, The Running Man.
Smash TV only has 3 levels, which may not seem like a lot, but they are marathons, not sprints. And the difficulty can be pretty brutal. When you start a stage, you must enter a room with 4 doors. Hordes of villainous scum begin to pour in, and then you must use your trusty machine gun with infinite ammo to keep them at bay until the swarm ends and you can choose another door to go through. Then repeat in the next room, all the while picking up cash and fabulous prizes.
In the arcades, this game was a twin-stick shooter, meaning that one arcade stick controls the direction you move, and the other stick controls the direction you shoot. The controls for the SNES version are smooth and actually quite intuitive, because while the SNES controller may not have a second D-pad to control the direction you fire, the A, B, X and Y buttons are positioned on the controller in the cardinal directions, so that whichever button you press and hold, that is the direction you will fire. Painful on the fingers until I realised you could just hold the buttons down.
Killing enemies will also yield item drops, which soup up your gun. There are spread guns, rocket launchers, grenades, and invincibility. The pickups have limited use, and after they're exhausted, you go back to the standard gun. Standing there just shooting won't ensure victory. You also have to maneuver through waves of baddies, so you won't be cornered.
I felt like a right sneaky git, slipping through a tight gap of cronies, escaping death by the skin of my teeth. Once you make it through the maze of rooms, there's a boss waiting for you, with the hopes of killing you so you don't get that brand new toaster. The boss battles are another test of endurance, firing away and dodging as you break them apart piece by piece. And when you finally think you have them beat, you hear, "No way," as they enter their final form.
When you defeat the boss, all the prizes you grabbed will be added up and you'll proceed to the next level, which only increases the game's difficulty and the amount of enemies. Don't forget, this was an arcade game designed to eat your precious quarters.
Well, in that case, make sure you bring a mate to have your back. It'll make Smash TV a bit easier to handle and indefinitely more fun. I found it a bit repetitive solo, but running and gunning with a friend really brings the game to life. That's because while you're helping each other out, there can be a competitive aspect to see who can grab the most prizes. The one negative to this is that you will have to share a pool of continues.
If you manage to make it to the final stage, you get a chance to take a crack at the game show host himself, who now happens to be a gigantic tank man. Trash him, earn your freedom, and win a slew of wonderful prizes.
The graphics aren't mind-blowing, but I think the SNES version has a suitable game show-esque look to it. However, the Mega Drive version, as always, has the better gore. And what's a 1999 murder game show without a little blood and guts?
Whoa, watch out there. Don't want to start the Super Nintendo vs. Genesis war all over again. You know what? Let's do just that. Give us a sound comparison. Which version did you like better?
You know, I'd have to give it to the Mega Drive. The songs are faster paced and more pumping. But that brings me to my biggest complaint with Super Smash TV. You only get a new music track per level. With only 3 levels, that doesn't give you much diversity. The music, although suitably upbeat and game show-like, could use a few more bridges and extra bits, rather than being quite simple with the loops. As I said previously, the gameplay can be a bit repetitive, and the music brings more repetition into the fold.
At least the sound effects are pretty satisfying when you blow things up.
And going back to the game show host, I love it when he pops up with his bikini-clad babes and says things like, "Big money, big prizes," or "I'd buy that for $1.
Now where have I heard that before? Super Smash TV is a game I played all the time growing up, so I know I have some nostalgia blindness, but I think the game holds up nearly 30 years later. But in this case, it's not about what I think. Let's gain some perspective from LETEMCOMEINIT, a man who is nostalgia-free. Well?
Yes?
Well?
Yes, Dom?
So, is Super Smash TV nostalgia or not?
Well, since you asked, after my first playthrough of Super Smash TV, though I found the gameplay fun, frantic, and pulse-quickening, I did find it slightly repetitive after a while. For me, this is one that you pick up with a mate and have a quick bash on, rather than one you go back to every day. That being said, I do love the humour, the graphics, and the general style of the game, so for me, it does stand the test of time. So I guess we can chalk this one up to not.
Whew, you had me scared there for a second. So there you have it. Even if you're a new player, Super Smash TV is a fun arcade-style shoot-'em-up co-op extravaganza. Make sure you give it a try.
And if you disagree with our review, that's okay, because remember,
it's all fun and games. Yeah, I'm not letting you steal my line.
You bastard.
Thanks for watching, everyone. If you liked that video, make sure to go over to LETEMCOMEINIT's channel and check out our collaboration video called Ode to Nostalgia. And if you like LETEMCOMEINIT, and of course it's all fun and games, make sure to subscribe to the both of us. Thanks again.